What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Blake, or aka Red Hot Dragon Archfiend King. That's a very long title to give myself, but anywho, today we're going to be going over my top 5 favorite decks to use in this particular meta. Now, this video is controversial because I have some really interesting decks in here that most people cannot agree that, oh, it's good, or oh, it's trash. And it's like, okay buddy. So coming in at number 5, we have Chaos of Blue, or as I call it, the Blue Eyes Ritual deck. Right? Well, this is pretty much a Blue Eyes deck. The whole goal of this deck is to get out your boss monster, which is Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, onto the field as quick as possible. But the problem is that with this deck, it can brick, like, pretty badly. Like, from time to time, it can brick. Like, say if you have, Impregnation, or say if you have these cards in your hand, and say like a couple of other cards as well, like, you know, just straight up bricks, then your deck is actively cooked, or you know you're actively cooked is when you are legitimately relying on certain things to help you with this. But on usability wise, I would say it would be a 1, or not a 1. On a scale of 1 to 5 on how usable this deck is, I would consider it to be a 2, maybe a 2 or 1. I mean, if I get rid of these cards right here, and if I just get rid of the field spell, which I think I did, yeah, I got rid of it. Which, if I get rid of the field spell, a couple of more cards in here, then this can be a pretty usable deck. But besides that, yeah, this deck is pretty bricky, if I do say so myself. So that's number 5. Coming in at number 4, it is Swords at Gates of Kashtira. Now, this deck can also pretty much be a bad board, or not a bad board, but it can pretty much cook, but not as good as the other 2 decks that will be coming out at number 1 and 2. But yeah. Besides that, I would say that this deck can definitely cook if you have either one of these Sword Soul monsters in here with another Sword Soul card, Kashtira, maybe Imseti with another Horus monster, or Labyrinth Wall Shadow with Labyrinth Tank, and maybe a couple of other cards in here as well. then you can actively cook with this. You can legitimately cook with this. I mean, say if you have Maxi, Ash Blossom, Ghost Sister, or Called by in your hand, then you can just negate every single, or not every single, card that your opponent controls, but use Maxi to draw a card if they special summon a monster. Use Called by to negate their Ash, or negate whatever. Or use Ash Blossom to negate their Psych monster and other cards and whatnot. So usability wise, I would give this deck probably a 2 to a 3. So that's number 4. Number 3 is going to Spellcasters and Dragon War. Hang on. I need to fix this. I need to fix this real quick. And yeah, fixed it. So this deck is Dragon Warriors deck, which I pretty much went over yesterday. Or was it yesterday or a couple of days ago? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was a couple of days ago. So usability wise for this deck, it can cook like really well. Plus we have a couple of board wipes like Pandora, the Dragon of Destruction, couple of the bestial cards to get rid of dark or light monsters out of their graveyard. Red Eyes Darkness Dragon to special summon a dragon from your grave. And among a couple of other cards as well, which I just absolutely think is a very, very busted card. As you can see, our extra deck consists of Dragon, 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 Warrior, Dragon, 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 Zombie, and Dragon. So pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dragons, 1 zombie, and 1 warrior, which you can tell are either level 8s or 7s. Now the highest one that we have is our level 10s. And unfortunately we do have 1 Waking the Dragon. So we cannot just get out. Nether Soul Dragon or Bestial Spatter Dragon without first getting out Borderland Dragon. And Borderland Dragon is the absolute definition of just a monster that your opponent cannot get rid of. I mean, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Or card effects. Also, neither player can target this card with monster effects. So, unless if they target this card with a spell card or a trap card, then if not, then they're cooked. And they are legitimately cooked. And that's pretty much it with the Dragon Warriors deck. I would give this, for usability, probably a 3, probably a 3 in the middle. 3.5, actually 2.5 to a 3. Then, and that was number 3. Now going on to number 2, which is personally my favorite, one of my favorites, which is the yugioh deck. And the cooking ability of this deck is absolutely crazy. And my golly, can this deck cook? Like, a lot. Because you have your usual board wipes like Regeki, Feather Duster, Lightning Storm, Evenly Matched, Forbidden Droplet called by Permanence, and other negates like Ghost Spell, Ash Blossom, and Maxi to draw cards. So, usability of this deck, I would say a 3 to a 4. Yeah, 3 to 4. But I will say that this deck, it has the ability to brick sometimes, but not all of the time. So that's at number 2. Now, coming in at number 1, it's the Red Hot deck. I mean, you already knew that Red Hot deck would be at number 1 because, I mean, it cooks. It can legitimately cook. Because, I mean, look at how many cards that you can actively and legitimately use in this deck. I mean, you have cards like Regeki, Heart Feather Duster, Called by, Forbidden Droplet, Evenly Matched, Ghost Bell, Ghost Sister, and Ash Blossom to completely either break your opponent's board or make your opponent not special summon any monsters, because if they do, then gain life points and also draw a card. Plus, this card can be... This card against Tenpai, this card absolutely cooks. Plus, it's like your opponent cannot do anything against this card unless if they, you know, ash it or call by it, which makes no sense, because why would you use your one called by on Ghost Sister when you can use your called by on, like, Ash Blossom or Maxi, Ghost Bell, or literally any other card. Now, that's for the hand traps. Now, for the main engine and non-main engine, you have your resonators, which can legitimately cook by themselves. Now, yes, there is one problem. You are locked into Dark Synchro Dragon monsters, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter because our deck is pretty much consistent with dragon monsters. I mean, specifically Dark Synchro Dragon monsters. I mean, it's like, okay, our X deck pretty much consists of those mini monsters. Plus, Resonator Call, Branded Regained, and Crimson Gaia, King Sarcophagus. I think that King Sarcophagus is one of my favorite cards to use. Same thing with the Horus cards. Ever since I got the Horus cards, I've been winning every single duel ever since. Now, then we have the card Hollow, the Spirit of Tricks. And your opponent can either choose one of these effects to apply, right? Either it gains 800 attack for each fiend that's in my grave, or inflict 500 damage to each fiend in the grave. So either you want to do burn damage or make this an absolute beat stick. Because I don't know about you, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 fiends in this deck. 15. And, that's like 9,000 plus attack right there. Very simple as well. Usability wise, I would give this deck like an instant 5, maybe a 4 or 5. Cause same thing with all the other ones, this deck can brick. I mean, pretty much any deck can brick. I mean, even the best deck in the world, or even the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Can brick. Which is just, yeah, pretty much it. Now, anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and comment down below on what other decks you want me to go over next. And this has been Mr. Blake, and I will see y'all later. Peace.